Did you miss out on that big first wave of Instagram stardom? Did you jump on YouTube too late? Does your Facebook page's dwindling audience live exclusively in Murmansk? You're not alone. In this not entirely serious video, I'm going to talk about how you can turn your landscape photography skills into cash money and reap the financial benefits of those years of photographic experience. I'm a proud C-list landscape photographer and I'm here for you. This one's an easy cash grab, guys, and there's the potential here to make tens of dollars every year. Everyone's looking for that shortcut to a winning shot, a quick and simple way of transforming a photograph from the ordinary to the exceptional. Lightroom presets will never do that. They're almost completely pointless, but your potential customers don't know that. So here's the drill. Go and download someone else's pack of landscape photography presets and then, and this is the good bit, tweak them very slightly. Now all you have to do is give them pretentious sounding names such as attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. Export them and bundle them up. Before you stick them on Shopify, add a couple of your better photos. They don't need to have any relevance whatsoever to the preset pack and you're golden. Now watch as a handful of aspiring photographers queue up and demand that you shut up and take my money. Sure, you'd rather be out taking your own shots and picking out keepers to hang on the walls of your very own gallery, but you've got to pay the bills, right? This step to financial independence is the famous photographic one-to-one. You offer tuition to people with all the photographic intuition of a spatula and earn filthy lucre for whoring yourself out. It's simple. Simply advertise your services on your social media platforms and offer half or full day packages out in the landscape, where photographic novices can learn all the secret skills such as light, composition, the rule of thirds, tripods, and capturing the serenity of nature in all its glory. Now, if those photo sessions sound good, here's a bonus tip. In order to make it look like those sessions are oversubscribed, remember, put out the occasional post on social media saying that you have had cancellations for the fully booked session the following weekend. But that if that person is quick, they can secure one of the strictly limited spots. This is almost certainly the only way you'll ever make actual money from your landscape photography. The photographic calendar is a mainstay of the C-list landscape photographer's money-making arsenal, a guaranteed annual payoff and rare ray of hope in an otherwise bleak financial landscape. Simply try and find 14 decent shots from the tens of thousands you took over the course of the last year, stick them in a Snapfish calendar template. Give it a suitably arty name such as Resplendent Vistas of the Artichoke Peninsula and you're good to go. Remember, however, to get them on sale by July. It's no use trying to sell them in December because your customers will all have bought your competitors' efforts and you'll be left with a garage full of unsold calendars. I may or may not be speaking from bitter experience here. Sometimes people will message you on Facebook raving about your photography and asking you for a print of a particular photograph you took. You will excitedly go off and get a quote from your local printers and send it to the eager beaver customer, and then you will never ever hear from them ever again. This is because nobody wants to pay more than about $50 for a 2-meter stretched canvas with a floating oak border including delivery. And if your quote exceeds that, they'll simply go and buy a generic print of palm fronds from their local DIY superstore. So if you want to make money from prints, you have to dispel this notion that you're selling fine art photography. Embrace the bargain basement and sell $15 prints you produced on your Canon Pixma printer and framed in plain white $3 frames from Kmart. Easy. Nothing screams maximum effort, minimum return like licensing your photographs on stock libraries. All you have to do is upload your photograph, spend an hour painstakingly selecting appropriate keywords, then add a title, category, location, description, and don't forget the model release, and you're good to go. Now just repeat that several thousand times to ensure that a few make it past the stock agency's reviewing panel, and you're golden. As you'll only be earning about 75 cents for a print resolution license of your photograph, it's important to try and get as many photos up there as possible. If you apply yourself to the task, you might earn enough in a year to buy yourself a cappuccino. This is one of the leading growth areas in revenue for C-list landscape photographers. As with most photographic sectors, a corporate middleman will do better than you out of the process, but that shouldn't stop you from pursuing this worthwhile money-making enterprise. Simply sign up with an agency such as Pixie or CopyTrack and then add your images to their database. They will then scour the internet searching for websites that have used your photograph. When they find an offender, they will alert you to the infringement. Then all you have to do is give the agency the go-ahead and they will pursue the offender and seek financial redress from them. Unfortunately, most copyright infringement is centered on China, and no agency will ever bother pursuing financial compensation from Chinese businesses, as they have free rein to steal whatever they want from whomever they want and use in any way they deem necessary. Also, any image you ever uploaded to a stock library can't be pursued. However, you will still find there are plenty of hapless idiots out there who think that anything that's online is fair game, and you can sue them for all they're worth, or, you know, the market value of your shot. If the success of people like Thomas Heaton, love you Thomas, has proven anything, it's that looking excruciatingly uncomfortable in front of a camera is not a barrier to financial freedom. If you're prepared to film yourself going out and about taking your photographs and to then spend a full day editing your video and uploading it to YouTube, it's possible you might start to attract an audience. Spend several years building a subscriber base that climbs out of the double digits, and eventually Google will deem you worthy of carrying advertising on your little channel. Then all you have to do is sit back and wait as the monthly payments for 10 or 15 bucks make all those endless hours, days and weeks of effort worthwhile. It's the photographer's dream encapsulated in one word. Patreon. Oh, how we love you, Patreon. If enough people feel sufficiently sorry for you to throw in a few bucks, it's entirely possible to eat out once a month on the proceeds of your Patreon fund. Unfortunately, it's also entirely possible that nobody will throw a few bucks in your direction. You'll end up looking like that toothless harmonica player busking outside the nearest strip mall with a few coins and a button in their begging bowl. It's pretty tough to become an actual influencer in this day and age, unless you are a spectacularly beautiful young, preferably very young woman with big tits and a peach-like arse, and unless you're prepared to show off said tits and arse in tiny bikinis on the gram, then you'll find it hard to achieve the sort of social media follower numbers that businesses consider influencer grade. But do not despair. These days there's a thing called a micro-influencer, which refers to follower numbers and not penis size. Micro-influencers are people who have crawled over enough broken glass on their hands and knees to achieve between 1,000 and 50,000 followers. That's right, with as few as 1,000 followers on your Instagram account or 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, you're officially classed as a micro-influencer. This does not mean you will be invited to stay at 5-star beach resorts in the Caribbean or comped free business class seats to events and festivals. However, you might score a new set of ND filters for your camera or a cheap Chinese-made knockoff of a Fitbit watch. And who doesn't like knockoff Fitbit watches, right? We've all seen them, The little list of blue links in the description of the YouTube video or the bullet points in the My Kit section of a photographer's website, they're Amazon affiliate links. And if someone clicks on that link and then buys something, you get a cut. It's virtually free money. You'd be crazy not to do it. Every successful sale you point in Jeff Bezos' direction, you'll earn an amazing 4% of the purchase price after taxes and deductions. So if someone buys a $2,000 camera within 24 hours of clicking on your link, you get $80. How good is that? So get yourself an account and include a load of links to very expensive equipment that you recommend. Make sure you don't put that list on an About Me page on your website, which no one apart from your mum's ever looked at. Preferably stick it somewhere clickbaity that you can generate a ton of views on. Maybe reach out to a young female bikini influencer, do a travel shoot at a scenic location, and link to the camera equipment that made the photos possible. Easy money. The key to earning money from blogging is to lie through your teeth. People don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear about pipe dreams. Articles that do well on photography blogs tend to be the ones that suggest it's possible to earn a living from landscape photography. So go with things like how I earned $200,000 a year from landscape photography, or how I made $50,000 a year in money from calendars, and then pull a load of made up facts and figures straight out your ass. The reader will have no way of checking their veracity, and you can clean up with all those lovely AdSense dollars and affiliate links. To be a C-list photographer is to accept a life of graft and solitude, but with diligence and perseverance, it is possible to earn the salary comparable to that of a French fry attendant in a fast food restaurant or an entry-level call centre operative for an insurance company. Maximise the income streams available to you. Remind yourself that you're better than Market Armus, Galen Rowell and Chris Burkhardt combined. Never pass up the opportunity to shill yourself, and mediocre success in a tightly defined local region will surely come to you. And that about wraps it up for another video. Special shout out to my fellow C-list landscape photographers, brothers in arms, fighting the good fight, tripod to tripod, misunderstood, unappreciated, and always strangely slightly damp, having been caught out by another surprise downpour. If you enjoyed this hopefully funny video, then please hit the like button down there and consider subscribing for more content like this, or even worse. Thanks guys, catch you on the next one.